So hello everyone, it's been a while, but we are starting the 2014 A season just as we ended the 2013 C season, but this time it's for the non-points All-Star Race, the first annual All-Star Race for the NASA RallyCross Challenge here at the Irwindale Speedway in Irwindale, California. So hello everyone, it's Josh Mertz as always, bringing you the call for the Automotive Sports Network for tonight's race, and it's a different format for today's race, and we had a bunch of graphics for you, and then the graphics department said these graphics are pointless, so let me just explain for you. We are going to have 8 cars for this race, and that sounds like a very, very small car count for what should be an all-star race, but NASA officials said 2 days ago that there's a race. That's how unprepared that this race became, and we threw together some cameras, sent them here, and here we're here. Anyway, so there's 8 cars, and we are going to have 2 heats for 6 laps apiece, Joker twice. There's going to be an LCQ with the last place drivers of both heats, and the final will be 12 laps. You have to take the Joker 3 times. So, interestingly, there was a seeding round for the first time in NASA RallyCross Challenge history, and if you're not a Josh Mertz fan, or if you're not an MRT fan, you're going to think that he's cheating when you see these results. That was the result of the seeding round, 21.957 for the double defending champion, almost 0.6 of a second faster than the 2012 A champion Brandon Lambert. Hagenstein in his new drive with MRT Juniors at 22.665. Cody Erdman back in car number 2 at 22.770. Casey Lester returns for the first time in a season, 23.328. Triple Crown champion Dylan Livingood, 23.521. And Brandon Nicholson, who is on a one-off drive for Revolution Racing, 24.653, and Chris Wetz in car number 23 did not post a time in the seeding round, and this would determine the grid for the heat, as we will get right to that. As here on the grid, defending champion Josh Mertz in car number 1, Tristan Hagenstein for MRT Jr., Casey Lester, and Brandon Nicholson. As we're revving them up for the first time in 2014 A, it's lights out and away we go. And off the line, the teammates side by side, Mertz on the inside, Hagenstein on the outside. And coming to begin the first lap here at Irwindale, it's Mertz picking up right where he left off last season, taking the lead off the start, as his teammate will be hounding him, trying to get the position. To the inside, he looks, goes Hagenstein. He doesn't make anything happen as he almost clips the tire wall. As Lester and Nicholson settle in 3rd and 4th, we're going to begin lap number 2. Mertz will take to the Joker. Hagenstein will not. Lester will. And Nicholson does as well. So we're going to see the delta here. There is Hagenstein, the red car. Mertz, the purple car. Hagenstein goes wide, and he runs it into the tire barrier. And I believe that's his race run. It is. Hagenstein is done on lap number 2. He will finish last, and it looks like he'll have to go to the LCQ in the All-Star race here. As we're on lap number 3, Mertz takes his second Joker. Regardless of where he finishes, he is locked in to the final. And it looks as though this race is pretty much settled, as we're halfway through, ending lap number 3. Lester and Nicholson will get through to the final on the near side of the grid, and Mertz will pull away as we're on lap number 4 here of heat number 1, and it looked like Hagenstein just outbroke himself as 2 laps to go for the double defending champion in car number 1. As he's sliding it, he's in the grass. This is not a very good idea for the defending champion, but he's no rush here, as Lester and Nicholson take their second Joker, as we're going to come around and take the white flag. And Hagenstein's still trying to get off the tire barrier. I don't know how he ended up there. White flag for car number 1. And lap time, he is faster, let's see, by 1 second and 3/10 over Tristan Hagenstein. And it looks like Hagenstein might have cooked the motor inside of that Subaru, as he ended up on the tire barrier for the second time in one weekend. And around the final corner, Mertz will advance regardless, but he wins heat number 1 of the All-Star. Lester will finish in the 2nd position, Nicholson in 3rd, and Tristan Hagenstein on the tire barrier in the 4th position. as we're going to begin heat number 2 of this all-star race. And I'm hearing in my ear that NASA RallyCross officials have said all 8 cars will participate in the final. This is just to dictate the grid order, it appears, as the cars are arriving onto the grid. So on pole in heat number 2 will be the 2012 A champion Brandon Lambert, as he qualified second. Erdman was 4th, so he will qualify second on the grid. Livingood and Wetz. As it's been a while since we referred to Dylan Livingood as car number 51 and Chris Wetz as car number 23. We're going to have to get used to that, and during the season, if we make a mistake, our apologies to you. As we are getting ready here, looks like Livingood's having an issue over the radio with his launch control, possibly, trying to reset the system in that Mitsubishi Lancer. As we are getting ready to go for heat number 2 of this all-star race. Let's see who will come out on top, and it's lights out and away we go. And off the line, Lambert will get the lead, 3 wide with Wetz, Livingood, and Erdman. Erdman sandwiched between them as we begin lap number 1. Very aggressive driving from Chris Wetz in car number 23. Incredibly aggressive driving as he's trying to take the position away. As Erdman to the inside, will he be able to take the position from Wetz? Bangs it off the wall. Wetz is sideways, upside down, and the Revolution teammates are beginning this race just like they ended Riverside with contact, and that's a red flag for this second heat. And Livingood upside down. The marshals attending to that car. They will get him flipped over and regridded momentarily. As that was interesting, as Erdman bounced it off the wall. Wetz had nowhere to go. Wetz got sent into Livingood, and Livingood flew right over the top of car number 23. As we're gridding them up again for heat number 2 for the All-Star at Irwindale. Making sure everyone's getting sorted out. Remember, Livingood had that launch control issue. Revving them up for heat number 2. Let's see if we can get through this clean. It's lights out, away we go. Livingood nowhere on the start because of the launch control. It's Lambert and Erdman off the line. Wetz dives to the inside. He's going to try and make the move. Erdman blocks. He sends him lower. He sends him into Lambert. And a start. That was interesting. Lambert shoots the gap and into the chicane for the first time. Who's going to budge? Wetz bumps Lambert, or Erdman, excuse me. Erdman's around. Livingood's around. That's a red flag. And on the radio, car 23 warning for aggressive driving. That was interesting. And once we can get this going, I'm sure it will be an exciting race. As Chris Wetz, I think I mentioned as I was screaming from the first attempt at a race restart, he had very little practice when we raced here for points, and he won the race, and he did not get any practice tonight. So possibly he's overdriving the car, trying to overcompensate the lack of practice. As here we go. This is the second attempt at a race restart, and hopefully we'll be able to get this race in. Revving them up. Getting ready for heat number 2. Second attempt, and it's lights out and away we go. Still launch control issues on car number 51. Lambert and Erdman once again on the bottom trying to pull away. And as we begin lap number 1, we should be clean. Lambert, Erdman, Wetz, Livingood. Outside goes Erdman. Inside, Wetz trying to make the move. He can't get the run mid-corner, but Erdman's got the run on the outside off of NASCAR corner number 2. And into the infield for the first time. Erdman had to budge. He gets turned. We are good. I had to listen to the scanner to see if we had a race restart. No, we don't. End of lap 1. Lambert leads in car number 21. Followed by Wetz in car 23. Followed by Livingood in car 51. So, the 2 champions are in the Joker. The 2 runners-up are on the regular course. As an interesting fact, when one of them won the championship, their teammate was, when one of them won the championship one season, their teammate was a runner-up the next season. As Mertz won 2012B, Wetz was a runner-up, then 2013A, Livingood won, and Erdman was a runner-up. As Erdman slides it in car number 2. I almost said 82. Caught myself there. And at the end of lap number 3, 3, I believe. If I messed that up, I apologize. Wets right on the back bumper of car number 21 of Lambert, trying to take the fight to him. Wets and Erdman are not locked in, but Lambert and Livingood are. So I believe we're coming to 2 laps to go here in Irwindale. And Wets will take to the Joker in car number 23. As we are on lap number 5, I do believe, because of Lambert taking 2 Jokers and he took the regular course lap last time. I'm rambling myself. But anyway, Lambert trying to pull away. Erdman having issues battling with car number 51. White flag, I believe, here in Irwindale. If we are not on the white flag, it's 2 laps to go, but I'm 95% sure that it's right. Lambert pulling away. He is fastest by 0.2 of a second over Erdman. And he will go over the jump in car number 21. The 2012A champion will come around, and he will win heat number 2. Wets will finish in second. Erdman has spun. He will throw it into reverse, and he will go to the LCQ as Livingood locked in as the Triple Crown champion. So the LCQ is in my ear being told to me as the 2 teammates are going to be battling this out, which will be incredibly interesting. So here we are. For the LCQ, even though it's not really an LCQ because both teammates will make it into the show. Erdman will run a Joker lap on the first lap, then an outside lap. Hagenstein will do the opposite. It's a head-to-head battle here for the front row of the All-Star race, and it's lights out, and away we go. And off the line, Erdman slides it into the Joker. Hagenstein runs corners number 1 and 2. Let's see who will get the advantage. And Erdman hits the wall in the Joker. This has possibly sealed his fate already here in the LCQ. As 1 lap down, 1 more to go. Hagenstein will switch into the Joker. Erdman will run the outside. And we will see the lap times here. 3 seconds slower is Erdman from Hagenstein. And depending on that Hagenstein hit the wall, depending on if Erdman can get through here cleanly, Erdman has the run, but the jump is going to kill his speed around the banked corner. Who's going to get the edge out of the final corner? At the line, Hagenstein wins the LCQ, followed by Erdman in car number 2. And the final is up and running. Here we go for the first ever Irwindale All-Star race for the NASA RallyCross Challenge. On the front row will be Nicholson, Lester, Hagenstein, and Wets. Back row, Mertz, Lambert, Livingood, Erdman. That's your grid. 12 laps, 3 Jokers. Who will win this race for no points? Just glory and just your name on the record books. It's lights out and away we go. And off the line, what a start from Hagenstein and Mertz, the 2 teammates, trying to get out and away from the rest of the field. Livingood on the outside. Wets is sideways into Erdman. That will take 2 cars out of the contention. Lambert hits Mertz in car number 1. Shades of 2013 CO over again for the defending champion. And through the infield, Livingood hits the wall. Lambert hits him. Mertz goes through the middle. What a battle this is. This is a brawl between the 2 title protagonists from last season. Livingood on the outside. Mertz forces his way through. And at the end of lap 1, Hagenstein leads. Livingood is not happy over the radio in car number 51. Look at him dive in on car number 1. He is not happy. Hagenstein overruns the corner. Can he back it up? He does back it up. He should be okay. But he will lose the lead to Brandon Lambert in car number 21. End of lap number 2. Lambert leads, followed by Mertz. It's too close to call for third. Actually, it's Wets, so I lied there. Beginning lap number 3 already here at Irwindale. Lambert is pulling away. Fastest lap, currently Hagenstein, 22.4. As it's the Revolution cars on the outside. As we are ending lap number 3. And beginning lap number 4, as Mertz sliding in, trying to catch Lambert in car number 21. He's going to try really hard to catch the 2012A champion. As Wetz is sideways and banging off the wall in car number 51. End of lap number 4. Lambert will lead the race. Followed by Mertz, Wetz, Livingood, Erdman. This is a cracking battle between the teammates as Erdman's sideways and hits his teammate. And around he goes. And Nicholson back in the pack. So the two leaders are taking. They are done with their jokers. And rounding to end lap number 5. Lambert pulling away. But the lap times here, we shall see it. 22.333 for Mertz. And it's a 23.1 for Lambert. So these two are in their own. Well, Mertz is in his own zip code. Then it's Lambert, who is 5th out of 8 cars. So crossed flags being waved. Mertz is there, and this battle for the lead is going to get good. But Nicholson possibly might get in the way here, as Mertz has gone even quicker. 22.058 for the defending champion in car number 1. We're going to end lap number 7, and we are going to get to the end of this race here, obviously enough. But Mertz, 2 car lengths, maybe 3 away from Lambert, as this battle for third has lessened, and Hagenstein has done it again, parked the car on the tire barriers. As Nicholson about to be lapped, Mertz has locked him up, and I think he almost threw that victory away. He possibly did. But you have to think about the speed that he has. We shall see. Nicholson out of the way. Blue flags waving for the 37. As we are coming to 3 laps to go, on the radio, Mertz telling Nicholson to stay high in car number 37. He dives in, passes the lapped car cleanly. Good for lap traffic. As tagged are the teammates for one race, Nicholson and Wetz. And it looks like Nicholson is stuck high-centered on the dirt. 3 laps to go for Lambert. Let's see if he can get this victory, as Erdman has hit his teammate. And this race is getting good for third, between Livingood and Wetz, as they always have a great race when they are near each other. Wetz on the outside, Livingood on the inside. Wetz smashes the wall in car number 23. He's trying so hard to pass his teammate. And Erdman catching them as well. The battle, you are not missing anything for the race lead. As Lambert trying to hang on, he tries the inside, but there was not enough room there, and he gives him a bump, does Mertz to Lambert. As Erdman sideways, these two teammates are battling. On the outside, Wetz to Livingood. And it looks like Wetz banged it off the wall. Livingood ran it wide, and I believe we're on the final lap here in Irwindale. And this is the battle for the win in the All-Star. He gives him another bump. So hard on the brakes is car number 1 through the chicane. Rounding the final corner, it's the 2012A champion who will come out on top. He wins the All-Star race, followed by Mertz in car number 1. And it's a battle for third as the teammates tangle again. And this is Livingood, Wetz, and Erdman through the chicane. This is an incredible battle. Erdman passes them both. Contact between them. And who's going to get out on top? Wetz and Livingood, or Wetz and Erdman, contact. And out of the final corner, Livingood will get third. And to the line, who's got fourth? Wetz is in reverse, upside down. Erdman fourth. Wetz fifth. As I've never screamed that hard for a battle for the final podium spot before. 6th spot goes to Lester. 7th spot will go to Nicholson, who has stalled on track. And 8th spot will go to Tristan Hagenstein, as we have a few replays to find here in this race, as we're going to find the start for one of them and see what exactly happened here on this start from the helicopter camera, as it was quite possibly one of the craziest starts ever. Here we go, it's right in progress. Mertz gets a great start, so does Hagenstein, so does Livingood. And it looks like Wetz starts to lose it, tags Erdman, so those two are out of the equation, and we're going to see the contact between the two podium finishers. Lambert just dove it in on car number 1 and bumped him out of the way. And that left Hagenstein to be in the lead on the first lap as Livingood banged it off the wall. As we're going to go find the battle between the two teammates when they somehow got caught by Cody Erdman. I know we missed that, unfortunately. Apologize for that. Because Erdman was miles behind the two Revolution teammates. And just suddenly, we switched to him, and he's right there. So we're going to see what happened here between the two teammates to cause why they suddenly got caught by Cody Erdman. As they were battling for a few laps. And there we go, we found it as we roll it back so we can show you this. Livingood and Wetz, 51-23, going into, this is on the final lap, going into the first turn, Wetz just drives into him. And this isn't the first time that Wetz has dive-bombed his teammate. He stops to let him by. But this is going to allow Erdman, we're actually going to stay on this, this will allow Erdman to catch up. And watch this battle. Livingood drives it in. Wetz goes to the outside. Erdman says, hello, I'll take this. But then the drop, messes both of their cars up, sends him wide, shoots him into Livingood, then shoots him into Wetz. Livingood says, I'm just going to take this. And then Wetz and Erdman have this awkward battle with Wetz in reverse. He throws the car sideways, but Erdman beats him to the line for fourth. And if that was a battle that I've ever seen for the last spot in a race, or for fourth place, excuse me, I've seen everything. So that was the All-Star at Irwindale. It was a cracking race, and we only had 8 cars. I would love to tell you when the 2014 season would start, but NASA has not decided on that, so please be sure to check our Facebook page, fb.me/Automotive Sports Network, or our Twitter page, twitter.com/ASNTV_USA, for that information. But from all of us here at ASN, thank you for watching this broadcast, and so long, everyone.